Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? And yes, welcome to Europa, which I just remembered we had an excavator here, giving us psi metal. Anyways, if you guys remember, last episode we found a puzzle, which is not amazing. I looked at our system and yes, after Wildwood we have all 12 focuses. Well, the books are 10, we have 2 extra. So it's 12. According to the puzzle solution that we have found, this is a 5x5 ritual and this flux block has to face north. So that way. It's also not the easiest thing in the universe. These 2 blocks have to be Mysterium. Also, I just wanted to point it out. I'm not sure if we have to do this on Europa, but one of the books that we have found is telling us the ritual must be performed in the blind ice planet. So I'm almost blind, I can't fly, and this is an ice planet. Well, here is snow, but you can see the ice on the minimap. Also, we have to use the arcane terraformer from Thaumic Augmentations, and we do need to set up a system for actual terraforming. So let's get some Silas Mundus. We need some crucibles. I need to generate V here and I also need to make a rift. Well, we keep one for the rift. And you know, make an extra crucible. It doesn't really matter, but I think we can go with the Mithrilium smelter. Let's get 5. There are 5 aspects that we need. As for summoning a rift, what we're going to do is that we're just gonna dump nether stars. You know, inside the crucible, the flux should build up and we just release it. Oh, that was fast. Let's also get rid of the snow. This is like the Horn of the Wild, it just works with snow. Very useful and handy. That's a big rift. The first biome on the list is going to be Mysterium. So I put the focus inside the Terraformer. And these are the only 5 aspects that we're ever going to need. Also, don't ask me why I decided to go with 5 smelters, 1 was more than enough. We just fill 1 jar. Then we're good. Honestly, the worst part of terraforming using this mechanic is that you need to connect the jars to the terraformer. So I have been hoping maybe we can use some emptying Essentia transfusers. They do attach, or they seem to attach. But in addition to Essentia, what we need is some impetus power. So that's a drainer, and it's working. We need to make a connection to our terraformer, and I do have the wrench, don't you worry. And also a gauntlet. Again, we select the relay, the other relay, and you get the gist. So the terraformer is set to a circle radius of 1 block, so it should only do this block. Let's see if it works. Oh, you do get essentials. Awesome. It's just that you're draining too much. Do you know why? The directions have to be correct, meaning that the yellow one is air, so if I put the air jar here, you should also get air. Yeah, I tried. We go with tubes. It's gonna be slightly irritating, but somehow it worked. I didn't connect everything. Oh yeah, this is Mysterium. Cool. So according to our map, there are 2 blocks of Mysterium. The other one is in this corner. Again, we go down to a radius of 1. Be a circle. We have to reconnect the impetus. It's too far away. And voila. Yes. That should also be Mysterium. You know, for you, it's not a big deal. For me, I have to do this 23 more times. So see you in a bit. Well, it's been more than an hour later because I made a boo-boo. This was 6 blocks long. But we're getting close. Only 2 blocks remain. Unfortunately, if you look at the schematic, these 2 blocks are missing. And the only thing that I have is an extra focus, Thorn Lance. So either that is the correct one or we're screwed. Chances are we're screwed. I'm just using cobblestone for that one as a marker. So this should be technically the final block, I hope. So we go in the center block, which is a bog. We right click, finally. So I guess we don't need this, ever. And I have taken everything of significance. Yeah, I think we can go home. Look at the number of rifts. I made a mess. So the crown that we just got has only 5 uses, and we need to dupe it using vibrant capacitor banks. I'll wait for them to charge. Why is it so slow? It's okay, we can just use a flux point. Ignore limit. That's way faster. So that's for the cold stone. That's the extra one. And that's the original one. And that goes over there. Lovely. Finally. So technically speaking, we're actually not missing that much for the cold stone. It's just the corrupted aragonite. And the third order is also not that horrifying. We have some of the items. Well, in different shapes and forms, but we should have most of them, I hope. But this is the most important one. Corrupted aragonite. This has been on my bookmarks for the longest time ever because, well, you need that. First off, it is going to ease your pain in extra botany. It is going to give you the perfected gem of the cosmos. Although you get it after Vita. Does give you 3 million RF. I mean, this is a cheap thing, okay? But yeah, mainly we just want it for power flowers as well as our cold stone. So let's focus on this one. The corrupted aragonite does require a bunch of crystallized matter from abyssal crafts. So these are not very important. There is a cold stone for it and we can easily produce them, but I also have a setup. It's not a super fancy setup, I just have an array of crystallizers and this should be fast enough. All I'm saying is that the cold stone itself is not incredibly useful. However, one of those items is the crystallized corruption, and that's where everything gets confusing. We need a brand new book from my favorite mod, Content Tweaker, called Anagronomicon. Can't read that, but it doesn't really matter. And I think it was 2 episodes ago that we got this book. That's how apparently we are going to make it, and there is a puzzle solution, 3rd mythic shell. I have been looking for this for ages. You need some banners, and it has to be bejeweled. We need blood, ancient, boraic. Well, we have the blood, we have the ancient, and we have the boraic. We're doing good. Well, so far we have 7. Let's hope we have the 8. Void. Yes, we have also the void. Cool. And if you guys remember, we also have some sort of a honeycomb, which will help us dupe everything. We're gonna run out of honeycombs. So we did not have enough honeycombs, and unfortunately, I could not make all the banners, but I did AFK for a while. And this is literally the final banner. Let's hope we can make it. That's nowhere near enough. Well, this is the final banner. Let's go broke. We're broke. Yeah, we have only 5. It's fine. We have other things to do. In the meantime, we should get, I don't know, 1,000 honeycombs or something. However, while the honeycombs are getting prepared, I thought maybe we should focus on something else, as usual. The 3rd mythic shell. This is something that we have to do anyways. You know, apart from the aragonite, that's the other thing that we're missing. The only thing that we're missing. So blocks of neutronium is going to be fine. Eldritch Will Ingot is surprisingly expensive, and we don't even have a pattern for it, so let's fix that one. The only problem with this guy is that it's incredibly expensive, otherwise it's just a crafting recipe. So Eldritch Will Ingot, there you go. Also, while you're at it, the 3rd mythic fractal, why not? So I'm not sure, but yeah, we can craft it. Let's get the 1. Well, actually, we need 4, so let's craft 4. The crystal matrix blocks is the expensive part. Oh, you're doing something. Another thing is that crafts don't actually take that long, you just need extra power. Somebody once told me that these machines don't need power, but I think that person was wrong. Cause you might notice that they do. It consumes 5 million RF per tick in order to get crafted. So that is off the list. Deeply etched adamantium. That I know we can craft. And we can craft 10. So that's good. Bright steel alloy gear. I already have it on auto crafting. Okay. Thank you. Primordial Catalyst shall remain. Ascended Draconic Alloy. Bound Lunar Gem. Fragment of Creation. Oh, we can craft this one. We're good. And then Runandium. So Lunar Gem is fine. It's just that it's another combination crafting. So there you go. But I do understand that we are missing a few patterns for it. We need to dupe Lunar Star. You know, it does get a bit repetitive because you have to do combination crafting, you have to dupe stuff, and all the duping are the same. Oh, and fun fact, we don't have Lunar Gem. What? Oh no, we don't. Let us pay a very small visit and see where we can find it. Hello? Whoa. Hi. He did look friendly. Also, no clue. Do we scan? Maybe we find something? No. Probably it cannot be here. That's the altar for the boss. Okay, that I know. That's another puzzle. But there is a solution to it. I'm actually not that worried. What is this? Love can hurt a lot. Well, it is a lunar gem, so maybe it's there. But let's check this one. If it's not there, yeah. I'll go press the button. And by pressing the button, I just mean this. Oh. Hi. That's not bad. Do we kill you? Why do you have so much health? Lunar Lover. A few episodes ago when I said progress is difficult and I have to hit someone 100 times, somebody told me you're not wearing the correct gear. Okay. Apparently I'm not. Did we get it? Yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to mention to that person that no, you can't deal 10,000 damage in like one hit. Okay, so apparently we get lunar ingots from a resource miner. So screw with the automation, we just get, I don't know, 3,000 of it and that should be fine. Because it has only a few uses. How many of these bound lunar gems do you think I need? So you're off the list. For the Runandium ingot, one of the things that we need is catalyzed runic ore. Long story short, it's a vein in Runandor, and well, it took me ages, but I did manage to find it. And we already have 56 of it, which is amazing. I guess we're done. We can go home and I'll leave you here because I always make a new one. Also, the comb situation isn't going great. Yeah, we're missing 2 more. That's quite a bit. It's okay. Let's try to solve the puzzle for the Runandium ingot. Combine the runic ore with the following eldritch clusters: cinnabar, gold, lead. Well, that is gold, that is lead, and that is cinnabar. Now we have to figure out how to make them. It's not something super complicated, it's just a teeny tiny bit annoying. We need different clusters. I went with the primal crusher because there's always a chance of getting these native clusters, but we can also craft them. And honestly, the more the merrier. Let's activate all of them. I'm also not exactly sure how this mechanic works, but apparently we put a diamond inside and we get the alchemist stone. And now we need to upgrade it into alienist stone, which you need all the clusters, including a primordial pearl. I don't think it has to be a full pearl. We use a garbage one. There are 7 clusters. I have 8. That one is quartz, so that's probably not needed. Instability is very high, but it doesn't require that many resources. Yeah, we're done. So now this has to be enchanted. I don't really know how it works. Also doesn't tell you that you can enchant it. Well, you can put mending. There is an unbreaking 250 or something. Let's use this one for now. 15. So what does this do in general? Do I have to break ores with it? No, the book doesn't really explain. I have never ever played with Atomic Wonders, but apparently you have to make a multi-block. It looks exactly like the furnace that we have over there, but instead of a bucket of lava, you just need a bucket of quicksilver. And I guess Silas Mundus? Well, it works. Fancy. So this guy accepts a stone. Now, if I give it some sort of an ore... Aha, we get the Eldritch Tin Cluster, which is not something that we want. I knew that already. And this guy did not take any durability damage, which is weird. So let's check. We need gold, we need lead, we need cinnabar. Cinnabar is going to be problematic. I should not have converted everything. Oops. You know, we can redirect our quarry, but that's going to mess up my entire system, so I'm not really gonna do that. Unless I try to just get a bunch. By luck. We're getting some of the items. I just have a filter for gold, lead, and cinnabar. Although I don't even think we get cinnabar from our resource miners. Yeah, we don't. Oops. But this system is going to be slow. Look how long it takes. It's okay. I go try to find some cinnabar. I don't have a tremendous amount of resources, but let's see if it actually works. Yes, it does. Catalyze runic ore. I think I have to install a builder just to get cinnabar. But for the moment, we have what we need, so let's just use it. Can I have 4 of them? Please? Yes. Awesome. So for the cold stone, we're not going to have a problem. For the future, yes, we are. But honestly speaking, my main goal is just to get the cold stone. I don't care about the rest. Then what we need is some awakened draconium. A weird way of gathering that, I know. Because one of the things that we have found on Proxima Belt is a draconium ingot, the ascended version. And using some draconium essence, we can just dupe it. So why do we need that? Well, there is an ascended draconium alloy using stormlight infused crystals. Oh, we have some. So there you go. Another extra pattern. Can I have 10? Thank you. It will take a bit of time because we need to use an egg. But yeah, it's done. So you're also off the list. And in the meantime, our honeycombs were ready. So we can have our final bejeweled banner. Why is there an oh, this is garbage. My bad. So if we put this guy in the center, nothing happens, which is awesome. It does not say that it has to be in order, so I'm assuming it was just the wrong crafting table. Okay, now it works. Reusable. Perfect. That should also be a quest. Lovely. So this guy makes getting Abyssonomicons way easier. Like so. It's so good that we don't even care. And maybe we should get rid of the warp. But the main use for it is the crystallized corruption. We actually have a sigil. Cool. Let's get the rest then. Well, all of the sigils require paper and all of them require blood resin. And you can't shift click it in. Oops. It's a shame, but there you go. That's shrieking. For some reason I can have 2. And I guess with everything settled, there you go. Crystallized corruption, which is really not a quest, but that's fine. This can also be duped using ataxium. Oh, it's reusable? Kind of. We're just gonna get a few thousand. I have 1,000,000 ataxium. I don't really care. I do have a feeling 10,000 is more than enough. Yeah, let's move on. So the entire reason that we actually made this guy is that we want to use it in order to make the corrupted aragonite. We can already craft it, to be honest, but let's try to use the gem of the cosmos. It's not cosmos. Yes, cosmic gem. Same thing. Let us get ourselves a master ritual stone, a few ritual stones themselves, and our ritual diviner. Where do we assemble it? It doesn't really matter. We can even do it here. Hi. Stop shooting. So I'm not really sure how this thing works, but the cosmic gem did not work in our space station. So we're just gonna activate the ritual here and drop it. It was accepted. So something should fall down. Oh, hi. That was big. I did not expect it to be that big. So now what is going to happen is that we're going to go to our space station, and then at our meteoric befaller, we're just gonna dump all the garbage in, except you. And I don't know, we just chunk load it? First, let's see what we get. That didn't work, did it? Yeah, all of them are here. What the hell are you processing then? Oh, okay. Now it consumed the cosmic fabric. Please be faster. It's slower actually. This is not such a big deal, but it's going to give us a random amount of garbage as well as the cosmic fabric back, and these fragments inside the crystallizer are going to give us various crystals. So I'm assuming it's just going to make this recipe a bit easier. I'll wait for a few iterations, because each one also gives you like half a stack, so we're good. All of them fit in my inventory, right? Yeah. We wait. I gathered only 4 of them, and we're going to dump them inside our crystallizer's crate. Yes, there is a crate. All of them should be processed. That was fast. The meteoric befaller is chunk loaded, so later on I can just go and get a stack. But if I'm not wrong, we should have a lot of crystals. That's good. So that is going to be the recipe for our corrupted aragonite. We do need a few buckets of the lymph of Pixonia, which here's the ender tank. And let us see if we can actually craft like 4 of them. Thank you. Yeah, I was sure that we're going to miss one of the essences. Or elements. It's done. That is a quest, and it also goes... Where does it go? Okay, it goes here. Now we just need the 3rd order mythic fractal, and then we're done. And from that, actually, we're missing only one thing. Primordial catalyst. I have been looking at some recipes. Unfortunately, this has to be done inside an arcane crafting table. We need the primordial accelerator terminus. Then we are going to need the primordial accelerator tunnel. Oh, we need way more. We need 7 of them. So there you go. And we also need to do some infusion. Awesome. It's not that bad. Don't you worry. Well, I think we have the entire recipe. Do you work? No. What did I miss? Oh, dispenser. That is a dropper. Does require a bit of essential, and I'm not sure if we have all of them. Well, we had everything. That's good. Thank you. So this is not something super fancy. We just have to make a tube, which I think has to face the other way. Oh no, that was facing the correct way. Okay. And the accelerator terminus. We give you a primordial pearl and you should do something. Maybe it has to be a good primordial pearl. Well, as usual, there is a redstone. That was funny. It gave us 17. Okay. This is nice. Let's get a bunch more. I like the mechanic. So we shall have a pattern for the primordial catalyst. And to be very honest with you, we're done. We can make the cold stone. So, 3rd order, we need 4 of them. Oops. Ooh. Oh, yeah. There are a few things that I forgot. One of them has to be done inside a berserker forge. Like so. Well, without the tartaric gem. Please don't be something stupid. Pressed spice. Oh, combine the right spice with the right... the one which we saw in Lunalos. I'll fix it. Cloves. What the hell is a clove? Oh my goodness. Actually not that horrifying. We need the hill cherry, the pollen. We need a jungle sapling. And then we just mutate them into coffee. And we had something for gathering pollen. Okay. That thing? Oh yeah, that's it. And we get rid of the tree, obviously. Well, not the tree itself, just the leaves, so that it does not spawn any butterflies. So now that we have the coffee pollen, what we need is teak. I think it's going to be easier to search. Yeah, we need you. So that and coffee pollen should give us clove. Then we grow the clove and wait for the fruit. Wait a minute, it doesn't give you saplings. What, you jerk? I have to do this again. Until we actually do get a sapling or something. Not a single sapling. Again. Maybe one of these days we actually have to make the enchanted greenhouse. I'm not really sure. But I guess for what I want to do, that's plenty. For now. Stencils are actually quite fun, but the way that it works is that you need a drawing table, you need unprepared stencil, and then you just select. It's reusable. I didn't know that. But it is the creeper face, the vertical bars, spiral, and chest. Okay. And the cloves are going to give us the pressed spice. Thank you. Can I craft it? Yes. Good. And I don't think it consumes the stencils. Oh, it does. Okay, it's reusable, I guess, if you use it inside the crafter, but it's fine. These are cheap. Can I have my third order mythic fractal? 4 of them? Thank you. Now we just have to wait. Oh, it's done. I was just going to check it out. Yeah, it's the flux point. It gives you more power. So, third order, that should be a quest. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not working. Oh yeah, the arrangement is wrong. We're good. I have a hunch that this only works in the between lands, but we're going to try it nonetheless. Mirmex. Okay, I was wrong. So the space station, now we go to Mirmex, that's already 2 dimensions. We activate the coldstone and run away. You could have just done that in the overworld, I suppose. Can the nightmare end? Was it worth it? Yeah, it was. Because every single item that we have crafted for the coldstone, we need it in the future, so why not? We can fly here, right? Yeah. So technically speaking, we actually have not wasted our time. So there is a button here, there is a button there, there is a button there. Well, I guess 1 button would have been sufficient. He's not dying. Oh, he's dying. What the? 400,000 health. And we're doing 40 damage. Are you armored? I don't think using the bow is gonna help. Not much. Okay, let's do something else. We move one of the grinders. We use 2 of them at the same time. Dude? Hello? Yeah, that's better. Still doing 40 damage. Okay, that's way faster, but that's it. He moves a lot. Yeah, I think there's no point. I just have to AFK, right? You know, the joke is on you. I have a stack of grinders, and I'm willing to use them. You cannot escape darkness. Much better. I even have cryo-stabilized flux ducts. Have fun. You know, these guys can one-shot a wither. Remember that. Let's add more grinders. And he moved out. What a jerk. It's not just his health, it's his armor. But he's almost dead. Lovely. And that's what we wanted. Secretive nightmare heart. And now I have to take everything home. Anyways, the way that I'm understanding everything, this coldstone is not going to make us skip VTA itself. It's just going to give us a pouch. So we have to craft it, and I don't have Lurker skin. So let's go to the Between Lands. Am I in the portal? Yes. Let's try to find some Lurkers. And also gather some reeds. Yeah, we need reeds. Although now that you want a Lurker, they're nowhere to be found. That's a oh, that's a fish. That's a fish. That's a Lurker. Actually, we should take him home. There's actually 2 of them. We kill 1. Yeah, it gives you 11 skin. But that could be enough. Well, we are done anyways. Let's go home. And let's see if we can actually craft a pouch. So this has 9 inventory slots. It's not amazing. We can upgrade it to something bigger, 18. And with a bit more lurkers, we should be able to upgrade it to 36. Thankfully, I brought them back. What the? The thing is killing it. The grinder. Yeah, we have enough. So that is 27. And this is 36. So this is not going to allow us to skip Vita. We can just take our garbage with us, I think. So yeah, exactly. We can equip the lurker skin pouch, and then we can access it to dump the garbage, and we can still access it. Yes. I just wanted to make sure. So I guess now that we have the pouch, next episode we can easily go to Vita. And the nightmare is just going to be a sweet, sweet dream for us. I hope. Actually, nothing goes according to plan in this mod pack, so I'm not exactly sure. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one. Bye bye.